This is Michelle Strain in quantitative statistics, and today we're looking at attitudes of chocolate, about chocolate over time. And so, what we're looking at is do attitudes change about chocolate once administered chocolate, an hour later, and 4 hours later? So, there's four time points that we're looking at. And our null hypothesis is chocolate has no significant effect on attitude over time. So we're going to work to see today if that is actually true or if we're going to reject the null hypothesis. So the first thing I did was I did a test of normality on our data. And the good news is all of our data, all of the attitudes did check out as normal with normal bell curves. So that is good news. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go up to analyze to do our Mauchly's test. We're going to analyze, we're going to go to general linear model, repeated measures. We went ahead and put subject in the box and click define. We moved in order attitude 0 through 3, or 1, 2, 3, and 4, from 0 attitude before the chocolate, 5 minutes after administering the chocolate, an hour after administering the chocolate, and 4 hours after administering the chocolate. And from there, we're going to go to EM means, make sure subject is in the display mean for box, and that this box, the compare main effects, are checked, and click continue. Then we're going to go to options and make sure descriptive statistics is checked. So next we're going to click continue and OK. And it's going to run a bunch of data for us. It's going to give us some information about all of our standard deviations and means and our multivariate test. But what we're really looking at is Mauchly's test of sphericity. So we're looking at a few things on this. We're looking at approximate chi-square at 3.114. We're looking at degrees of freedom, which is 5, and the significance of 0.683. So those statistics are really important because when we look at those, we know that Mauchly's test did not indicate any violation of sphericity. And the reason that we know that is because we used our own data set, which is on Mauchly's test, which is x squared parentheses 5 parentheses equals 3.114, comma p equals 6.683, and it again did not indicate any violation of sphericity. So what we're going to do is we're going to also look at the test of subject effects, this one right here. We're looking at sphericity assumed and the degrees of freedom of 3, and then an error subject, the degree of 66, with a significance of 0.002. And so what we know is it is significant if it's less than 0.05. So we know that the significance of 0.002 is significant. And there's a significant difference between attitudes on this. So we also know that in the test between subjects, we can use our equation that's f parentheses 66 comma 3 parentheses equals 5.681. And so since the test between subjects is significant, if it's less than 0.05, then we know that it is significant. So Mauchly's test of x squared parentheses 5 parentheses equals 3.14 and p equals 0.683 did not indicate any violation of sphericity. A repeated measures ANOVA determined what the attitudes of the subjects were when given chocolate showed some statistical significance between 4 time points. F parentheses 66 comma 3 parentheses equals 5.681. Post hoc tests revealed there was a statistical different significance between points 1 and 2, so before administering the chocolate and administering the chocolate, points 2 and 3, so administering the chocolate and 1 hour later, and points 2 and 4, administering the chocolate and 4 hours later. There is no statistical significance between points 1 and 4, the pre-chocolate administering and 4 hours later, and no statistical significance between points 3 and 4, one after administering the chocolate and 4 hours later. Since the majority of time points do show a statistical significance, we can reject the null hypothesis that chocolate has no significant effect on attitude over time and show that it does. And that is all for today.